Alright, so let's react to this TikTok video. I'm gonna get a once over and then react to it.
My preference would definitely be ending up with a black man. Not saying I'm against dating outside of black men. However, I also have my culture to consider. It's one thing to date outside the race when you guys are both American, but I'm black and I'm also Jamaican, which makes things even more complicated. So not only do you need to be mindful of my struggles as a black woman and what it's like to be black in America, you have to also be open to dancehall, Vibes Cartel, whining, acting selfish, kalaloo. Am I gonna have to teach you patois too? Are you gonna have some stupid stereotypical ideas of what it means to be Jamaican? Have you even left the country? I was once dating this guy who didn't like dancehall. We had to end it. If I bring you around my family, you can't be too touchy. You can't fake an accent. You can't be like, they're making me crazy. Yeah, so it's really hard. And then even when I find a guy who's similar to me, raised in the United States, but of Jamaican descent, depends on where he's from. If he's from Miami, is he hood? If he's from New York, he trying to fight everybody. Is he from some random state and he doesn't know anything about his culture? Like, everything is on a spectrum. And then when I date a Jamaican, I'm not Jamaican enough. My patois isn't good enough. What high school did you go to? Like, I didn't go to high school in Jamaica. All I know is whoever God designed to be my husband is gonna be a real special case. My preference would definitely.
She's good looking, right? No doubt about that. She's good looking. But this is the thing, right? This goes on to what I say. Women make dating hard for themselves. Women make dating impossible. Like utterly impossible. It's like I said, women want the perfect, like literally, right? Literally, they want God to personally make a man for them. Personally, like, oh, let me take your order, right? God, let me take your order. Let me write down every single thing you want in a man and let me mold him, like put magic powers, all this shit, and just make him exactly what you want. Because women are so expectant on perfection. It is just, I think out of the two genders, right? Women are uh so stuck on perfection. And let me say this, right? Besides perfection also in like the person, they will also have to think that you better the situation has to be perfect, right? Where let's say this, he has to be constantly years down the road or all this shit still romance you, still treat you like like you did when you first met. Because if she gets bored or doesn't feel the spark anymore, doesn't feel the butterflies, doesn't like get excited with for you, all this shit, right? Emotional shit. That will make things like chances for her to leave you as well, right? To see that, oh, you know what? Although you may be perfect, the situation is not perfect anymore, right? I don't feel the vibe. I don't feel the chemistries. I don't feel the butterflies, right? I'm bored. All this shit. That's the thing, right? Where women are just so impossible and they make it so hard on themselves. Is that you want the perfect man with the perfect situation, the perfect life. Things has to be perfect. So what ends up, right? They say a lot of times God will put a man because like only God can create such perfection for you. Right? Only God. And that will create, this is the thing where this woman does not have a hard time finding a man. Does not. But she will still have a hard time settling. Okay? Or getting what she wants because she hasn't made it so impossible that nothing will work out.
Be ending up with a black man. Not saying I'm against dating outside of black men. However, I also have my culture to consider. It's one thing to date outside the race when you guys are both American, but I'm black and I'm also Jamaican, which makes things even more complicated. So not only do you need to be mindful of my struggles as a black woman, and what it's like to be black in America. You have to also be open to dance hall, Vibes Cartel, whining.
That's the thing, right? Again, things that she just makes it impossible. You have to understand the nuance, the struggles of race. But not just that. Now you have to understand the hobbies or the culture. It's like there's no end in how much she makes it impossible. Because like she said too, which she will say, what man will fit it? Right? It's like, okay, fine. You just pretty much kicked out men of outside race. But now you kicked out black men that aren't of Jamaican descent because they might not be knowing these Jamaican, culture things.
Acting selfish, Kalaloo. Am I gonna have to teach you patois too? Are you gonna have some stupid stereotypical ideas of what it means to be Jamaican? Have you even left the country? I was once dating this guy who didn't like dancehall. We had to end it. If I bring your...
So the man didn't like the dance hall. She had to end it.
You're on my family. You can't be too touchy. You can't fake an accent. You can't be like, they're making me crazy. Yeah, so it's really hard. And then even when I find a guy who's similar to me, raised in the United States, but of Jamaican descent, it depends on where he's from. If he's from Miami, is he hood? If he's from New York.
See, even like she said, more like it's just more things that makes this man has to be such a rare man. Because he fits these categories, but if he doesn't fit this, then that's a no.
He's trying to fight everybody. Is he from some random state and he doesn't know anything about his culture? Like, everything is on a spectrum. And then when I date a Jamaican, I'm not Jamaican enough.
Ain't that crazy, right? She's not Jamaican enough. So that's the thing where you don't understand, right? If you this is what you will attract. Not necessarily toxicity, but insanity, right? Where she left a man because he didn't like dance hall. Well, now, if you find a man that's Jamaican and stuff, she's not Jamaican enough. This is a thing where if you are so hard to deal with, the men that you will date will also be that. This is what women don't understand. You attract what you put out, right? You are so impossible. Well, the men you date, they will be impossible as well. That's it. This is the insanity of women.
Patois isn't good enough. What high school?
She said, she had to teach someone patois. Well, now hers is not good enough. That's the thing, right? She's condescending to others. Well, now the men that supposedly fits her category or her preference will be condescending to her, right? Or look down on her knowledge when she looked down on other people's knowledge. Okay, this is why I say the insanity of women, and this is why I don't give credence to women that, let's say, they complain about men, they complain about singlehood, they complain about being single. You did it yourself, right? It's like, again, she's good looking. She does not have trouble finding a man. There are plenty of men asking her out. The difference with men, let's say me, no one's asking me out. If I don't make a move to ask a woman out, I get nothing, right? I will not, there's no chance of me dating anybody if I don't make the effort of talking to some woman. Her, she just needs to say yes or no. That's it. Because there will be plenty of men that are coming up to her and asking her out or wanting to be with her. Plenty. Like, it's probably insane how many DMs she gets. So it's like, how can, there is no sympathy. There's no need to understand, because again, you have so much options, yet you can't pick nothing. So then you complain about, I can't find a man. Really? It's because most likely you are impossible. You are hard to deal with. And the men that you want, okay, they don't want you. So really, you are digging your own grave. You are the one who's making dating hard, not men. You make dating hard.
Who did you go to? Like, I go to high school in Jamaica. Boy, all I know is whoever God designed to be my husband is gonna be a real special.
And that's the thing, right? That's the thing with most women, in my opinion. The man that they want is so rare, so special. So you gotta think this, right? Even if he's perfect for you, it don't mean that you're perfect for him. That's something that women don't ever realize. What does this perfect man get? Right? What does he get? What does he get for being so amazing? And a lot of times, women just don't. Their value is not as high as they want to believe. So, I just think it's a bit ridiculous. I just think, like I said, the main thing is that these things show that, women make dating impossible for them. So really, that's why it's hard to have sympathy for their complaints of, let's say, it's hard to have sympathy or understanding of women's complaints of men, right? Because again, they are the ones who's making it hard. They're the ones who's making these situations that are terrible. Here's her other video, right, that I wanted to talk about as well, right? So let's give it a once over.
In my 30s. No, I'm not dating for fun. I'm dating to find a husband. Get it together. I'm in my 30s. How am I? Oh, I'm tired. I'm in my 30s. I'm grown. So don't play with me. I'm in my 30s. I'm always wearing sunblock. I'm in my 30s. You trying to be outside. I'm trying to be overseas. I'm in my 30s. Of course I'm still hungover from last week. I'm in my 30s. I can spot red flags from a mile away. I'm in my 30s. Of course it's the new 20s. I'm in my 30s. Of course I'm trying to go furniture shopping. Let's go now. I'm in my 30s. Am I having a midlife crisis? Perhaps. I'm in my 30s. Of course I don't play about my sleep. I'm in my 30s, so of course I'm trying to travel. So do you have a passport? TSA pre-check? Global entry? No? In my 30s. No.
This is the thing, right? Like I said, she's good looking, right? And she has a decent body to go along with it, right? With a decent face. But she's in her 30s. And she's still single. Like I said, as women age, they become bigger red flags. Because dating is easy for women. There will always be men that want you. Always. Always be men that want these women. But why can't they find the men that they want? One, because the men that they either attracted to or attract terrible men. Right? And terrible can mean a range of things, that he doesn't want to commit to you, he's a liar, he's a cheater, whatever. Okay? Or you're hard to deal with. And hard to deal with is probably like, she has high standards. High standards that, most men can't meet, and the men that can meet it, well, she don't meet their standards. Or the men that can meet it, well, she's not valuable enough in those men's eyes for them to want to commit to her. And again, she's good looking, right? She's good looking. And yet these men that she wants, doesn't want to commit to her, says to me that these men are most likely top percent men themselves. Looks, height, charisma, wealth. So, these men have options. These men are the prize, not her. When comparatively, right? Because these men, more women are desiring these men. Okay? The only way that makes her the prize is the men that desiring her. But the men that desiring her, she don't want. So really, how much of a prize is she? because the men that she desires, okay, these men's eyes, she's not the prize, because these men can replace her easily. So really, she's not the prize. She's someone they want to be a notch on their belt, right? To have situationships, have fun with, but long-term relationship, these men don't see that value. Okay, so I just wanted to really make it a point where, like I said, these women make things hard for themselves. If one of the things I said, right? One of the things that women should do is find the men in, when they were in college. Those men are at the same level, and you can build with those men. Wanting men, which most likely she does, men that are already at the finish line, men that, like I said, already make the money that you want them to make, already, good looking, and she said it, right? Jamaican, have all this culture, understand the black struggle, black, all this. It's like, this perfect of a man, right? She's not a virgin. So these men that are so either fits her standards or so close to it, it don't mean that she fits these men's standards or wants, and the values that these men want. So really, this is the thing with a lot of women, right? It's not gonna continue to be easy. So in her 30s, that's hypothetically maybe mid 30s, right? Saying in 30s, I think she's probably like about 35. Well, it's not going to get easier as you get older. Is she going to be more good looking when she's 40? I don't think so. I'm not saying she's going to drop, her looks are going to drop off the cliff. But again, you don't necessarily get prettier with age. So again, I just want to say that this is more showing that women just makes things hard. So really is like, and they want the men that are so amazing, fits such amazing situations as well. So let's say hypothetically she goes to social media and cry about an ex. Okay, well, you wanted this man. You created the situation. Like, this is like I said, where I don't have any sympathies. I have criticism for these women because you created the situation, right? You wanted these men. You created these high standards, right? Supposedly these men that you wanted fit these high standards, and then they lied to you. They cheated on you. They don't want to commit to you or whatever. And then you start crying about it. Well, you created a situation, right? You wanted these men. No one forced these men on you. And then you cry to the internet about it. Well, I would only give criticism. Because again, it's different for men, right? It is like a 180 kind of thing for men. It's a different, because for men, the struggle is more real than women. Because men do not have it easy. Especially average men, right? Definitely average men. I mean, men that maybe she desires, like top percent men, yeah, those men have it easy. I would say the same thing to those men. Like, I have no sympathy, only criticism for these type of men. If, like, let's say, hypothetically, a top percent man is complaining about women, you're crazy. You're absolutely insane and delusional. Same thing. I would say the same crap. So, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just the main idea of the video is just that at the end of the day, you have to look about, because again, I do the Kendra G reaction videos. You see the videos on social media. The footnote or the critical thinking is that these women, at the end of the day, they created these situations themselves. Because like I said, they wanted these men. They gave the yes to these men to be in their lives. So really, your complaints, your tears, your criticism, you know, all these things, your venom towards men is ridiculous, right? Because again, you don't give men a shot. You give a very select few men that you desire a shot. And then the men that you gave, that you are attracted to, that you gave a shot to, those men treated you poorly. It don't mean men are shitty or I hate men or, you know, men are evil, shit like that. No. Because you don't give a chance to men. You only give a shot to the men that you want. And that's a very small subset of men. So really, yeah, if you said, oh, I hate the men that I dated, okay, that's understandable. I can't criticize that really. Well, I could a little bit, but it's not the most egregious thing. But when women, they are hurt by the men that they chose to date, they blame men in general. It's the hypocrisy, the delusion in it, the insanity in it. So, yeah. What do you guys think?